Come on in, come on in. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let me know if you can hear me really well, and let me get my bottle of water. You gotta stay hydrated when you do these lives. Welcome, welcome. Hey, everyone. Oops. Okay, let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. Say hello when you come on. What's happening? How's everybody doing? So happy to be with you here on this Sunday. Oh my goodness. Sunday, huh? So we are here, and I'm actually thrilled about inviting people to this live. So please spread the word and let people know that we're on and we're having a conversation. Okay, I'm gonna get a little situated here. Hey, okay. Let me know how well you can see me. Hopefully it's not too dark. Facebook, Instagram, let me know. Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Tell me where you're coming in from. Where are you at today? Is it Sunday evening yet where you are? It's 5:30 Central Time right now. So what's happening? Okay, I'm on right now. I am coming to you live. We're going to talk about what is your next or exit strategy. What is your next or your exit strategy? I get a lot of questions from the women that I work with about, what does it look like when you're 29 years in education, and what are you going to do next? And I'm getting a lot of those questions because for myself, I've been teaching for 29 years. So I've been working with women now for about a year, over a year, and really proud of the work that I'm doing with women who are teachers, new to teaching, transitioning from 9 to 5 to working at home, looking to increase their confidence because they want to have a business that's online. So let me start with the fact that we're all online, okay? The fact that we're all online is a huge opportunity for all of us who are interested in taking what we do online. So let me talk about myself. As far as teaching goes, do you know that there are teachers who are teaching online? You've heard of homeschoolers, you've heard of academies, or even public school districts that allow kids to actually do their work at home. They can do English, math, science. There are even companies who have licenses to, teach your kids at home all over the world, as a matter of fact. So as far as my career goes, teachers have started using the online platform to make money. Okay, so can you imagine where you can literally in your own home set up your materials to teach kids online? Now, I teach elementary, so it's not exactly the same to have all of your studies online versus in person, but the income revolution is happening now where people are able to make money online doing what they do. So, people work from home. They might go to the office a couple times a week. They might, work at home as well. I know a lot of my friends, I have a sister that does that. So there are some jobs that are now online. So you can literally be in your home and you can be working. So So my mission the last year has been to help women who want to be visible, but for whatever reason they're like, okay, I can only let my kids see me and my husband see me. I don't want the world to see me, okay? And I say to that, you know what? That's interesting, but the frontier is all about your knowledge. It's all about your knowledge, okay? So I educate children, okay? I'm educating women, so it's all about your knowledge. It's not like, oh, look at her, and we can critique each other, but the way that you're presenting yourself is important. However, ultimately, it's your what you're delivering. Okay, so I've been working for a year with women on just that, delivering what it is that they do into an online space. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Please let people know that we're on so that we can have a conversation. Let me know what you think of this topic. The topic is, what is your next or what is your exit strategy? Okay, so for example, if you work a regular job right now, I've said this so many times, okay, by the time you're ready to retire, the job that you've been married to for 25, some of us 20, 25, 30 years, 32 years, whatever, the job that you've been married to for all this time, you're going to find out that that job was really never married to you. So how come you are getting married to something, an entity that is really not reciprocating, okay? And how do we know that? Because first of all, the way that you're set up in retirement should be very advantageous to you. You can continue your lifestyle. You can continue, traveling. You can continue to, take your kids wherever you want and pay for things that they want, pay for their whatever, right? But is that the case? All right. I know so many teachers who have already retired who need to live with another individual. Maybe it's their spouse, their honey boo boo, or their kids. I know teachers who have to continue working. For example, substituting twice a week and then like 8 times a month in order to pay the recurring bills that we have, like the electricity and things like that. So how come our retirement is like not looking like, okay, you know what, I married you and all the money is not in the bank, right? So if you're feeling what I'm saying, let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments that that you're, that this, if you've seen any of this, like you've known people who have retired, people who are pretty much, surviving on less than they made when they were than they were teaching. So this is the work that I am doing with the women that I'm working with. Whether you're a teacher, whether you are working a 7 to 3, 8 to 4, whatever it is, I'm working with women who want to make sure that even though they are married to their job, they have a little stashed away and they have created an economy for themselves after retiring, so they don't have to do the substitute teaching. They don't have to, work at Walmart, things like that. So if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, it's called an exit strategy or your next plan. What is your plan for your next, okay? So the reason why I'm bringing this to you is because all year, I'm the self-development queen. I'm the professional development, the personal development. I love personal development. Personally, I have been in this type of movement for about 15 years. I've been teaching for 29 years, and I've been in personal development about 15 years, the same age as my younger son. And you might ask, okay, what brought you to personal development? Well, the more that we take on as life goes on, the marriage and the divorce and the kids and whatever, you have to try and become a better you, okay? Become a better you. So if you're feeling that, let me know in the comments, how have you become a better you throughout your adulthood? okay? And I know I'm talking to adults because I see who's on here, and either you're my colleagues, you know, you're a teacher, friend of mine, or you know, you guys have experience. So tell me in the chat, like, how have you developed yourself to become a better you? So in education, we work with kids every day, all day, 180 days a year, and we have to find a way to reach them. We have to find a way to not react. We have to find a way to transform what they're doing into developing them into a better person. So let me see in the chat if you, I know you're listening to me, but if you have had any of these experiences, let me know, because I know I'm not talking to myself. It's really transformational. Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. It's really transformational, not only on the job, but then again in your home, okay? But let me talk. Education brings clarity. Yes, it does. Let me talk about the fact that we don't try to transform, you know, our jobs, right? We might go for promotions. We might go for another degree. And what are we finding out about degrees? I have a master's degree in education and human development, okay? I can tell you right now that the district I work for no longer pays for advanced degrees, okay? And just to get on my soapbox for half a second, when I received my master's degree in Washington, D.C., graduating from George Washington University, I stood up in the auditorium where we, it's called a convocation at the beginning of the school year, like the superintendent talks to everybody. I stood up and said that my increase for my master's degree was so low, it was not going to help me to pay back my student loan for my master's degree, right? And at that time, you know, people weren't like seeing that, they didn't really resonate with that or whatever. But now my district that I work for, if you get a master's degree, if you get a PhD, they will only pay you on the bachelor schedule. High advanced degrees are no longer stipend or added to your salary if you're a teacher. Now, if you're in another state, let me know. And I know we have a lot of teachers on here. Let me know if that's what's going on. So here's my premise again. What is your exit or your next plan? Because, you know, that job that you're married to, how good is that job being to you? Okay, so this is where I've been working with women who kind of see that, hey, I'm working 20 years, I'm working 25 years, I don't really have, you know, what I'm looking for, and, you know, the politics at work are kind of, and everything's political, like, you know, of course, right? So who's winning politically? Are you winning for your retirement and your, you know, after your work life experience, or is the job winning out? Which one is winning out? And so we definitely appreciate having a career, having a the ability to I teach kids, so I love it. You know, I love teaching kids. So who has the responsibility of making sure that your next or exit plan is formulated? And I'm not talking about those 403Bs, and I'm not talking about those 401Ks that we end up either taking a drawdown, or, you know, we don't pay it back at all. Things like that. That happens to everybody. Why? Because we live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? So how have I been helping women? I've been helping women formulate a exit strategy around their skills. So if you know women who do hair, cook, keep kids, you know, back in the day, type, all right? Like, who, raise your hand if you had classmates typing your papers in college, right? Like, you know how to type really fast, okay? Any skill that you know, you can start to monetize it. Now, this is what happened with teachers, okay? teachers feel that their mission is to be married to the job, go to school every day, go there early, leave there late, exhaust yourself, physically, because it is a physical job. Well, what we're saying is, I have a free webinar coming up that I will show you my program that I've been using for the past year. A program that I have used to help women free their mind from thinking that, oh, you know what, I have to stay married to this job and I'm a martyr, this is my calling. But again, by the time you finish your career, you're going to ask yourself, okay, I was married to this job, but was this job really married to me? And so a year ago, this is what happened, okay? I was working at a school, and a teacher, a male teacher, who had issues controlling, corporal punishment, okay, had issues with disciplining fifth graders, lost his job, and duly so because of corporal punishment, okay? So he had no other recourse. His bachelor's was in science. He wasn't working in science at the time. He was working at the elementary school in the district that I was at. So what we did was we formulated a program on personal development and also strategically mapping out a program that helps you create a profit strategy, a priority map, and also a visibility map to get your know-how out there in the public using social media. Okay, so because we were all already on social media, this program was perfect. And so since last year, I've helped about 6 women not only create, and what I mean by about is because I do a program that helps them to formulate a strategy around their know-how and their expertise. I also do events. Okay, so I have a program, I have events, and I have products such as ebooks to help you map out what it is that you can bring to the market, because at a job you are mostly following directions, completing tasks, okay, projects, basically doing what you're told, okay? So what this program has helped the women I've served do is map out exactly what it is that you know, how can you present it to the marketplace, and get them a transformation based on what you know. I don't care if it's hair, if it's typing skills, whatever skills you have, you can bring it to market. Baking, childcare, health coach, anything that you know how to do. So we've had women who are speakers, they write books, again, the cooking and the baking, hair care, for sure. So there are a plethora. My coach has a list of 100 ways you can monetize what you know. You can do, especially social media. My kids are coming up now, they know social media so well. So this is what we are. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so glad that you're resonating with this topic. Please chime in if you understand and you resonate with what I'm talking about. Because it's about time we finally, now that it's toward the end of the year, we gotta be plain about it, right? If you have not found a way to monetize your gifts, your talents, and your expertise the last 5 months of the year, I'm here to tell you, get it rolling right now. Get it rolling, because you don't want to go into 2020 starting. Look, this year alone, in my programs, I had an influx. January, February, March, okay? Those beginning of the year starters, some of them they trickle out maybe by May and June, right? So what we want to do is start now. We want to start now. September is what? A couple weeks away. We want you to get into this webinar. The link is up in the description, bit.ly/WeCare19. Whether you're a teacher, a woman, I'm all for my ladies. Guys, if you want to register, feel free, go ahead. But the women are the ones that I am most passionate about, because we have the kids. We are the ones who are economically more disadvantaged after retirement. That's why the topic of this live is, what is your next? What is your exit strategy? What is your next and what is your exit strategy? Now, it doesn't have to be, completely designed right now. It's where you formulate. How do you get it started? You come to the webinar, you get into the classes. I have free coaching every single night at 6:30 in my Women Life and Business Coaching group, every night at 6:30, that you can jump into. So what we're letting you know is that don't start another year, next year, 2020, as the I'm starting over, I'm starting new in January. No, start now. Start now so that in January you are executing and you are on your way. You are visible. All the things that you want are happening. And how's it going to happen? Working with like-minded people that are holding your hand the whole way. And let me tell you one thing about network marketing, and I see a very famous network marketer on here. I've learned so much from network marketing. What I want to also bring is that your leadership is what I was missing when I was in those companies, and I want to have the ability to teach you how to formulate your leadership. Your leadership is what is going to create your audience. Your leadership is what is going to create that income source that every day you go to work is a partnership. Work should be a partnership. Thank you for registering. Work should be a partnership. Work is a partnership. So I love the fact that there are so many types of companies out there that give us opportunities to have a side hustle, a second, job, if you want to call it that. However, what we are going to do with that is we're going to create your package of a suite of products and your audience that you can sell to. Okay, so the link is up in the description, bit.ly/WeCare19, and so we're about 2 weeks away, so about 14 days from now, and probably September 4th, something like that, and share this out. And I want it to be a little bit not too long of a message so that you guys can play this back and listen to it and give me some feedback. What do you think of this topic? And what do you think about, is this familiar to you? Do you know anybody who's experiencing this? We don't want to get to retirement and look back. No, we want to march toward retirement with all of our assets and abilities and income sources, multiple income sources in tow. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you, and comments, questions, feedback, let me know. Thank you.